Greetings, programs. I am Wisdom. I am here to once again take you on a tour of my garages. Uh, it has become necessary due to extensive reorganizing after the last few updates. So we're here at the 100 car Vinewood garage, where we're going to start on the first floor, which is the 1920s through the 1940s. All right, let's get started. Basically what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to walk around each of my cars really quick, let you see it from all the different angles, see the way the color shines, the way things turn out. Um, Broken Saints, that's the name of my crew. Uh, as you can see here on the Frankenstrange, that's what my crew logo looks like. You'll see it on many cars. Pardon me. Uh, I don't really care for the way the color uh, in the 100 car garage turns out. I don't like the colored floors and walls, and I don't like the colored lights above. I would have preferred just white so you could see the color the way it's supposed to look. Um, it's not anywhere near as bad as say the CEO office garages, and for the most part, it doesn't really make much of a difference. But on some of the shinier cars, it does tend to distort things quite a bit. I love my hot knife. I love the way it's turned out. It's a good color combo for it. With my Z-Type here, you can see it's got the Benny's wheels. I don't tend to like Benny's wheels except for on these classic cars. For the more modern cars, they just don't look right to me, and like most of the Benny's wheels just in general are just kind of silly looking to me. It's the same as a car with white walls made after 1980. It just looks tacky to me. It's a personal choice. Don't take it don't you take my opinions personally. Um, it's just the way I see it. Uh, I'm sure your cars with your Benny's wheels all look fantastic. Like, I'm not trying to insult anybody. Um, we're moving into the 40s now with these military vehicles. I do tend to prefer F1s on things, but only in specific cases. Only if the F1 wheels don't clip through the body at all, and only if you can't see that the wheels don't attach to the hub at all, to the axle, because I don't like silly. I don't like stupid. Um, but on cars like this, where the F1s they look like racing slicks and they kind of stick out from the sides a little bit, it reminds me of when I was a kid playing with Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. It just gives me a bit of a nostalgic vibe. If that's hypocritical, so be it. Um, like I said, I'm pretty careful with what I choose to put it on, but it's a personal taste thing. All right, moving further along into the 40s here with these old pickups. I love the color, the purple on this rat truck. I did just notice that it doesn't have a personalized plate. I need to fix that at some point. These next four cars are all slam trucks of one type or another. Slam vans, whatever. That, of course, being the Lost slam truck, or slam van. I do that every time. Uh, this is the Benny's upgraded version of the regular one, although there's really not much difference in body style aesthetics between the regular version and the Benny's version, so it doesn't need to be represented twice. I also realized that teal secondary color trim is not very realistic, but it looks so freaking good that I don't care. This Future Shock Arena Wars version, however, you can tell is extremely different. Almost hard to tell they're the same base model in terms of body. So yeah, that gets represented as its own thing, as does the tow truck version, obviously. All my cars, pretty much 99% of my cars are fully unselected colors, wheels, windows. Sometimes sometimes a portion of those will be selected. It's very rare, and I'll point it out when that happens. But for the most part, yeah, like this Hermes, everything's unselected. Got the green windows, Yankton plates, blah blah blah. This purple, this Hermes I got in this purple from my friend Veyron. It's one of the first modded cars I got on the PS5. This Hermes, or this Broadway, I don't know how I did it. It just came out that way as a happy accident. But that blue kind of looks like it's under a sheet of glass, like there's a layer of resin over it. I just dig the way that looks. Also dig the way those colored wheels came out. You won't see, outside of a few very specific street racer garages, you won't see me put a livery on a car that completely covers the paint very often. But on this Volkswagen, this livery is just so colorful that it looks great. So I've left it the way it is. Underneath it, it's got that same modded gold that's on the wheels there. So you're not missing out on much. Over here we've got Trevor's Bodie, which everybody wants the teddy bear on the front. I definitely do not. The idea of having a crusty jizz-soaked teddy bear on the front, like anywhere in my garages, just kind of turns my stomach. So no, that's not me. I like this thing. I like the color on this. I've been very careful not to overuse some of these colors, with the exception of dark blue with a chrome trim. I use that a lot. All right, that's the 20s up until late 40s, maybe 1950. Moving up to the second floor, which is the 50s, obviously. Hard to go wrong with a pink Cadillac. Even Clint Eastwood drove one for a while. At least in that one movie. I forget the name of it. Yeah. Again, I didn't really care for the color underneath this livery, but I did really like the livery itself, so that's what that gets. This one's not as flashy as some of the paint jobs in here. It's just a pretty simple gray, but I really like the way it turned out. Man, I love this old Detroit muscle with just tons of chrome and glass everywhere. And I do like this paint job. I like mixing my textures. So you got the shiny primary paint with a matte secondary. I just kind of want to run my fingers along it. I don't know why. Yeah. With this one, I I waffle back and forth between having the livery on or off. Usually it's off, just because I think it's classier that way. But for just, for right now, it's on. Um, I'll probably change my mind again soon. I love a '57 Chevy. Um, really any model. Uh, but again, blue, chrome, white. I love that color combination. Um, it's very hard to find anything it doesn't look good on. This one, however, I don't like shiny uh, rust with a shiny gloss coating, so I'm probably going to end up changing this. The only reason I'm keeping it is because I like to paint the color in general, and I don't know what else to put it on for now. So, uh, in fact, the whole car needs to go in my rusty beater garage, which is an entirely separate garage in the arena. Um, I love that matte plum painting or plum paint on this Impala. As you can see, the license plate says Voodoo Boys. You'll see that a couple of times in these garages. That's another gang from the Cyberpunk franchise. Um, gotta love a Woody station wagon. Few things are both as family friendly and as pretty as a Woody station wagon. And this thing just belongs on the beach, as does this one. Again, a really pretty plum. Turned out really well. I'm happy with that. This car's kind of weird in that there's a taxi livery that I would prefer to have on it, but it doesn't actually work as a taxi. So what's the point? So I just went with this kind of crazy livery. And again, I'm not all that thrilled with the paint that's on it, but it's a modded paint, so I don't want to get rid of it. So I just covered it up with the livery. Uh, still turned out well. I like these little bitty 50s cars. They're just pretty. The off-road Volkswagen Beetle. You're not going to find too many rusted versions of cars outside of my beater garage, but some of them are just distinct enough that there's nowhere else to put them. Like they need to be here. I really wish they'd let us clean them up, but it's what we get. A little bit of Booberry, even though it's purple. Should have been called Gray Babe, but there we go. I love these hippie vans. It's hard to go wrong. Like it's hard to find something more customizable in life than a Volkswagen bus. Just 100% personality mobiles. I do wish they were bigger. They're currently too small in comparison to like what a real world vehicle would look like. I'm not sure why they're so damn short. Could use another like head and a half height and at least another 3 feet of width. Like the inside of one of these in real life is just cavernous for anybody who's never been in one. Here's a good example of where the paint, of where the color of the floors, walls, and the ceiling lights kind of throw off the color of paint. Like that is like a really shiny teal green that just becomes almost indiscernible from the floor color. The actual paint, as you can, I'm trying to get a good angle, as you can kind of barely see, the actual paint is a lot more green, except for the secondary, of course, which is blue. It's a pretty purple. This gold and blue turned out well, especially with the matching wheel color. I do really love, I forgot to mention it, but I do really love the wooden roof on this thing. I don't know why, but that really appeals to me. In real life, I can't imagine that that would last more than a couple of years without just like warping and falling apart, but yeah, Broken Saints is the name of my crew in the game here. It's also the name of my tabletop role-playing games Nomad Family, my favorite character from that. Part of the Aldecaldo Nation. All right, that takes us through the early 50s. We're going to move up into the Garage 3 now, which continues our journey through the 50s. It may sound like kind of a weird thing to have your garages organized by manufacturing dates, and I only really do it for in large scale like this for cars made before 1990, but I love my classic cars. I love Corvettes. I'm not sure why they gave us two Corvettes that are so similar in body style. They do the same thing with Mustang, with the Ellie and the Dominator GTT. In the case of Corvettes, I'd much rather have a 1972 Stingray, and in the case of Mustangs, I'd much rather have a again 1972 Mach 2. I think that's the prettiest Mustang ever made, and my second favorite muscle car. If you're going to play this game, you absolutely have to have a little red Corvette in your garage. You just have to. It's required. As gorgeous as this car is, I think it's weird that to get the unarmed version, you have to buy the armed car, whereas the unarmed version has permanent fake machine guns that you can't take off. I always thought that was weird. I love this car. I love the way it sounds, even if it looks like a Tylenol capsule on wheels. But it sounds bloody amazing. I'm still mad that they put the roof back on my Casco. It looks so much better without it. It's hard not to love a Shelby Cobra, original Shelby Cobra, which the Mamba here is obviously based on. I realize that these colors aren't realistic at all, but again, it's just so pretty, I don't care. Swift is the name of my favorite cyberpunk tabletop character. And my GTA character is modeled after him. Also, with that color of that chameleon hubcap is about as close as you can get to having chrome F1s. I don't know that I care for that paint on this motorcycle. I like them both separately, but I'm still undecided as to whether I like them together, even though it's one of my favorite off-road bikes. This is a My father had a Corvette that was very similar to this. Obviously, it didn't have a chrome hood or F1 wheels, but other than that, it's pretty spot on. My uncle had a '72 in almost the same colors. Man, I wish we had one of those in the game. I think this motorcycle's fun to drive too. For a little cafe racer, it's nice. Got to have your speed buggy. Although every time I see one of these, I keep like wanting to warn James Bond's girlfriend that they're coming for her. As a reference to For Your Eyes Only, for any James Bond nerds out there. Alright, we're going to cut this video short here at halfway through the garage, lest we run out of time. Second video detailing the rest of this 100-car garage is coming right up after this. Stay tuned.